Well, it is not yet officially summer, but it is hot out there. People across the Carolinas have been looking for ways to stay cool, and they're keeping rescuers busy on the coast. More than a dozen people had to be rescued from rip currents yesterday alone, and beach season is just getting started. NBC Charlotte's Rachel Lundberg live at 5 for us. Rachel, you talked to the experts today. What did they tell you?
Well, they told me, Fred, that they want parents, before taking their children to the coast, to make sure that the waters are safe. The National Weather Service actually issued yesterday and today a moderate risk warning, and that means that things could turn dangerous quickly.
I just saw a headline this morning, and we're heading to the beach. I'm not an ocean person, I'm a pool person.
On Wednesday, Wrightsville Beach Ocean Rescue says 10 rip current related rescues were made within 2 hours. Plus, over in North Myrtle Beach, the rescue group says 15 others were saved from rip currents.
And like that, the flags were red, and suddenly the current underneath was just unbearable.
Total yesterday, 25 rip current related rescues.
People don't realize how strong those currents are. They can easily drag an adult out. You can imagine what could happen to children if somebody's not paying attention to them.
My son, he's pretty good. He's had a few years of swim lessons off and on, but it's the beginning of summer and it's been 9 months since he really swam, and that's why I just have to make sure to keep that extra eye on him.
NOAA says 54 people have died from rip currents in North Carolina since 1996. So here are some tips to escaping a riptide. If you're ever caught in a current, relax and float to conserve energy. Don't try to swim directly to shore. Swim along shoreline until you can escape the current. Then swim at an angle away from the current towards shore.
Everybody's ready for the beach now. The sun's out, it's nice and hot. The beach isn't a pool.
And parents will also tell you what you can do to make sure that your children are not only safe at the beach, but now also at the pool. That's coming up at 6. I'm Rachel Lundberg reporting live at the YMCA in Rock Hill for NBC Charlotte.
All right, a good time to hear that information at the beginning of the season. Rachel, thank you. And we have a hot and humid few days ahead in the forecast. You're going to want to stay cool. Today is officially the hottest day of 2018 so far. The heat index in the upper 90s. It feels like 98 in Charlotte. Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich here now. Brad, it's hot out there.
Yeah, and if you're going to the beach to cool down, one thing from Rachel's story you got to remember, you got to pay attention to those warning flags at the coast. A lot of folks don't even pay attention to these. When there's a red flag, that means that use extreme caution. Serious hazards in the water, typically rip currents or high surf. Typically, the lifeguards won't even let you in above knee level when you see those red flags up. When it's a double red flag, they've actually closed the beach down. These will be flying next to the lifeguard stands up there. Now, if you see a yellow flag, which is what we have a lot on the coast right now, that means high surf or dangerous rip currents. You need to swim only in your lifeguards. You got to watch your kids very carefully in there. The best time to swim, obviously, the green flag. The threat is low, but you still got to keep an eye on those rip currents. And if you ever see the purple flag, this means we've got jellyfish or shark in the area. Those Portuguese man of war or sharks have been spotted. So you're usually looking at biological threats out there in the water. But look for those flags when you go to the beach. They're out there for a reason. Now,